Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. This week, Canyon offers Eskom cheaper coal, Wescoal to acquire 50% interest in Arnot, and Mantashe goes after illegal mining syndicate leaders. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer unpacks the headlines. Welcome, Martin.
Hi, Safri.
Now, Canyon Coal is offering Eskom coal at a cheaper price on an open book basis from two new projects.
Yeah, this is the Menor group. It's Canyon Coal within that group. They've got two new projects, one in Vereeniging, one in Springs, and the Springs one, in fact, is ready to supply. And they're prepared to open their books and allow coal to go from there to Eskom at a much cheaper price than Eskom are paying in the interests of South Africa. Because, they're saying when this load shedding happens, there's so much disruption, you've got to look bigger than your own business when you look at the South African economy. They are, a thriving business. They in anthracite and they in a lot of coal activities, and also diversifying into manganese. And they're not a listed company, which is very, very interesting. And, not planning to list at this stage. And they don't pay out dividends to shareholders. They use those dividends to grow the business, and they've grown very strongly, very quickly. And we can see that they're working off about a 7 billion rand total asset base at the moment. They're probably going to double the number of people that they employ from the present 3,500. And they're in the mood to do their civic duty at this point in time. And they are saying to Eskom, we'd like to, on an open book basis, offer you coal at a cheaper price than what you're getting. And these are new operations, so the coal is going to be taken from shallow situations, as 2-to-1 ratio there, so it will be cheap at this point, it will be low cost, and they feel that Eskom, if they want to, they can take advantage of this for the good of South Africa. But they also believe that in the longer term, Eskom has got to be transparent. They would like to see some sort of coal price index, because they're saying that for the same quality coal, people are being paid different prices by Eskom. And if you go to any other place in the world that sells coal in a sort of an international way, if you go even to our Richards Bay coal terminal, you will know that there's certain grades of coal and they fetch certain prices. All right, those prices go up and down, but those prices are very transparent and people, they're visible to the market, whereas there's no visibility at Eskom, totally opaque. And they've got three different ways of buying coal. Those old cost-plus mines are fading out, and they've got fixed price contracts, but also they're buying on spot. And he's saying at that level, they should have some sort of index so you know what grades they're buying at what prices. And then, they're sure to get a better deal. But hopefully, there will be some response from Eskom.
And tell us about Wescoal's acquisition of Exxaro's Arnot coal mine in Mpumalanga.
Yeah, this came through from Wescoal, that they were acquiring Arnot power station, and sort of you didn't attach too much to it. You knew that Wescoal was under new leadership and probably they were looking around for acquisitions. But when Exxaro came to report, then you got the full story here. This is an amazing story, because we've always said, will mine workers ever take over a mine and run the mine? Well, what has happened is that a lot of those mine workers that were retrenched at Arnot because of Eskom problems, they haven't been paid for ages, but they've been working on bringing this mine back. And if you look at the shareholding there, it's effectively 55% owned by mine workers, by the workers of the mine. So this is going to be an interesting business to watch, to see how mine workers can actually add value in the economy, supply Eskom efficiently, and hopefully get our economy going again.
And Mineral Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe has a plan to tackle the issue of crime syndicates and zamazamas.
This issue of crime syndicates and the theft of metals and minerals from countries is really focusing the mind, not only in South Africa but across Africa. Now, in other parts of Africa, there has been a tradition of artisanal mining. So people will say, look, we've been doing this for ages, why are you now interfering with us, coming with the formal activities? But I noticed that at the mining in Durban, the president of Ghana, he said, look, I want you guys to do more in my economy and also list in Ghana. And you know, I don't want to go to a mine and find that it looks like a slum. You know, let the community live in better conditions, and then I will undertake to eliminate illegal mining. That's my job. I've got to get rid of illegal mining. And I think we see that it's developing in such huge magnitude in South Africa. You know, not only in the gold mining sector, but across the board. We had it in chrome mining. All over the place, you see that illegal mining syndicates are working, and they are taking our national patrimony without any tax being paid. They seem to be able to cross borders. It seems no problem to them. And it was interesting that the Parliament of South Africa was asked by an EFF member of Parliament, what are you doing about this illegal mining? And we could see the response from the Mineral Resources Minister, Gwede Mantashe, you know, taking this very seriously, because the volumes involved, if those figures are correct, I mean, these are enormous amounts of money that are going out without any tax being paid, without any environmental considerations, with just no consideration for people. There's so many shootouts underground and people getting killed underground that it has to be something that they deal with and solve. Because we used to have gold squads. There would be absolute dedication to checking on the metals and minerals that came out, that they weren't stolen. There were all sorts of security setups at the Rand refinery to get that across, you know, to Johannesburg Airport. There were tremendous security arrangements made to keep the gold safe at Johannesburg International Airport. And it was terrible to see on our freeways, you know, yesterday, a shootout, a car shot to ribbons, and in the car, which looked like an ordinary car, were bars of gold. Now, is this part of an illegal setup? Is it part of the official setup? Because normally the Rand refinery's got much cleverer ways of doing things, to getting their bars to the airport and then securing them there, because they know that this can be attacked. But we also had a diamond squad. We used to have diamond squads dedicated, because, I mean, you know, they say not everyone in the diamond industry is a crook, but all the crooks are in the diamond industries, because there's so much value that you can just hold in your hand and put in your pocket. And so they used to be very active in making sure that there wasn't illicit diamond activity, but all that has just fallen away. And when that falls away and what you're mining is so valuable, you know, you can expect these syndicates to come in. And I think that this is probably the second big warning that the minister sounded, that they want to get rid of this. Hopefully it will really turn into something meaningful, that we eliminate illegal mining and eliminate the crooked syndicates that are robbing us blind.
Thanks for speaking with us, Mark.
Great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries.